I've slightly overbent the sides, as you can see. They're just a bit overbent because you have to, really, to get them right. I've got the cookie bollocks there, and I'm going to start. I'll just warm it slightly and just straighten it just perfect. I've made an end block there. That'll be going there, and it's going to be slightly thicker because what I'm going to do is I'm putting 2 truss rods in here because there's 24 strings pulling on this table. And I don't want any stress into the top. I'm going to put truss rod system into the guitar, and just be able just to manage the stress on the table. We want the table to stay lovely and flat, and that's that. I've made some embellishment bits. They're over there. I don't know whether you can see them properly. I can't get to them to show you. I just moved them today while I was moving the jig. I was turning the jig upside down and I was making these, okay, to fit. You see the little groove in them. These will go in these slots again because I've overcut the size of this just slightly. Because while I'm working on it, if we knock any of the edges, we don't want any damage, so that'll be cut off afterwards. So this, the overcut size will go under that, so that'll slot in there like that. And the excess body will go in there, so this will still fit perfectly up to the sides. If you can't understand that, you probably will if you see the last few videos that I've done on this guitar. So there you go. There's the back. I'm saying this is going to have a laminate put on it of some more Brazilian mahogany, just to make it slightly thicker, just a little bit, for the bracing, because we don't want it to. We want it to be tough. This is the piece of the embellishment. This is going to be the end thing. This will go in there between them. See, if you come round, this will go there between the two, just because it's beautiful. It's all different woods I've used. As you can see, there's wenge there, Paduk, and there's a bit more wenge there, and then we've got a lovely maple, ebony, and maple. Little strips, ebony again, and a piece of wenge. So it's lots of bits of wood I've used. These are going to go in these joints there. Purely for decoration. They'll be shaped. Obviously they'll be shaped, but they're using the same pattern. They'll follow exactly the same pattern as the bottom, as you can see. So that'll be shown. I'll be using a very similar thing when we get to the harp lyre sides. I think this decoration, very similar, will be going into the ebony. There's some of the ebony that will be going on the. I've cut this down myself, and this will be going round on the harp neck and also on the lyre neck, which comes round here. It's an ebony fingerboard going on the guitar section. These are just jigs I've made of the body. There's 2 halves. I made that in 2 halves and just bolted it together. That's the full-size body. That's the body jig, and I'll use this again now to reset up this jig with all these bits of metal, and they'll all bolt up together to form perfect sides of that jig, so this will then fit in and this will fit under because of that little kink. If you can understand that, you're a better man than me. Gong it in. Now bugger off, I'm going to have my tea.
What are you having?
I've no idea. Stir fry. Well, everybody's been wondering when I'm going to get on with this guitar, so here I am getting on with it. Look, they are real wood shavings. What I've done now is all the sides are on. As you can see, that they're all glued up. Lovely mess everywhere I get. That's it, messy fingers. The sides are all bent and lovely. They're all on. I'm just doing all this stuff now, the kerfing. And I'm doing, if you can see this, I've made loads of these. There's lots of nice woods in there, you can see. You've got your ebony, maple, wenge and Paduk, rosewood. Oh sorry, it isn't rosewood, it's wenge again. Brain gone.
Wenge?
Wenge. And I've got a little sliver of maple up there and then an ebony that way. And if you can see what I'm using for, I've put one in there now already. It's just for embellishment. I'm going to put one on that corner like so, obviously not sticking out. This one will be on there, same on the other side, and I've made that for the bottom, for all the same woods as you can see, only there's more of them. There's a wedge strip up the middle, and that will go down this end. As you can see, the bottom end of the guitar, I shall insert that in there. It shouldn't be too painful, so that'll go in there. So I am working on it now, and then the next thing we'll be needing to do, this is all reinforced, and I'm going to have to put a reinforcement there and there, because this neck, this is the neck for the harp, that will be attached to there, through, and attached to the top of the headstock of the guitar. That's where the guitar neck will be joined. And then on this side, because you're looking at the guitar from the back, remember, there's the table. This side will have that neck attached to there, and I shall be a return on this to there. See? This is going to have 6 strings. Let's get this right. Brain gone. This is having 8 strings. That's having 10 strings. The guitar's having 6 strings. Okay. Doesn't take much to confuse me. Just tell me stand in a corner of this.
So this is the top. This is the.
This is the back.
No, the top though. This is the top.
No, this is the top of the guitar.
Yes, what I meant to.
Yeah. I say this is going to have another one. This is going to have one of these. There it is. It's going to have that one inserted there into the end. It's just for strength. If you knock the ends, ebony's tougher.
So how much of that will you see?
You'll see all of that edge, most of that.
Okay.
It'll be slightly smaller, but you'll see all that. Lovely, and it will all come out when it's either waxed or sprayed. These colours will come out so vivid, so they really will look nice. I'm doing
all this stuff.
This is just strengthening for all these necks. This is, you know, because this neck's attached. Remember, there's a return coming off this neck from here. You see. So.
And then that stuff in the corner.
Oh, this is the curving. I'm just getting this all ready now for going round here. This goes in there all the way round to there, and the same on the top. And then the back will fit on. But I've got lots more to do before the back goes in. For instance, I've got to fit a lot of pickups all the way around here, because this is where all the 24 strings come through. Right, this is the plate, and the strings will come through here, and I'm having pickups dotted all the way along here, pizzo pickups, so that and they'll all come out to a jack socket down here.
Pepperami, salami,
what are you talking
pickup.
about?
The pizza pickups.
Pizzo pickups, yes. These pieces here, these are going in the neck inserts. You won't see much of them. I'm going to reverse them that way. Have another piece of ebony down the middle, and I'm going to slice and take 2 slices. Talking of pizzas, I'm going to cut 2 slices off. These will go on these necks as an embellishment, probably at an angle like yay. So, and because there's ebony and maple going all the way around these on a facing. So that's all that bit, but that's in the future. That'll be a job for a couple of weeks' time. So there's some more. That piece of ebony. This piece of ebony is going to go on a base that I'm making. I've just been discussing. This piece of ebony is going to go in part of these necks. It's Macassar ebony, isn't it? Beautifully figured. Nice. A lot of times in the old days they used to put black dye on all this and lose it all, but I think it's gorgeous. So we're not doing that.
Looks good.
It's looking good. So here we are, that's the stage we're up to. We're in this jig that I made. I can make any guitar on this jig, you see. So you just expand and contract to different sizes guitars. And that's the stage we're up to. Lovely. Well, here we are again in the happy world of Wilkes. See, Carl who's filming it, we've just been talking about suicide, believe it or not.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, but anyway, let's talk seriously. There's a 5-string bass I've just started constructing. A beautiful piece of ebony, truss rod, all that stuff. But forget that for a minute, because we're back on the... I've actually started doing lots and lots of work on this, as you can see. It's out the jig for the moment. It will be going back in. I know it's a bit messy, just a bit of glue needs tidying up in the side. And I'm just starting doing the embellishments. As I told you before, there's the end I've just put in. And you can see that. It is perfectly flush. I cut that in this afternoon. If you want to know how to do that, I just used a little tiny Japanese saw and lots of patience.
What's Japanese about that saw?
I don't know, it cuts backwards and it's very fine and it's quite expensive, but it really is well worth the money. That's great, that. So you cut on the pull.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah.
It's a lovely thing. So that's I've done that that's going to go all the way around. I've made little tiny ones. I've probably shown you before. These are getting a bit carried around. These will be on them joints there, because a nice piece of ebony will give a bit of reinforcement to the edge if you ever wanted to go smacking it into a door. I've already put one in, and you can see it's in there. It's actually still going to be shaped. I've got a little bit more shaping to do on that. I've been putting one on there, one on there. I've made all more, but I've lost two somewhere. I've probably kicked them on the floor somewhere. It only took me a week to make them, so there you go. There's the table. As you can see, that's been hidden from you for a while because it was stuck in the jig that way around. I've got lots of more work to do. This is one of the necks. It's in rough construction. As you can see, it's all Brazilian mahogany. I've laminated it all together and created the bend. That will go onto there. That will be fastened there. A return piece there, and this will have 8 strings, 8 machine heads down there, 8 strings. That's for the lyre. There is the neck for the harp. That attaches to this, and that goes all the way around to the head of the 6-string neck, and that fastens onto the headstock. So it's quite a rigid thing there. That'll hold it all rigid, and that's having 10 strings on it on the harp. This is basically then a standard 6-string down the middle. There's the block for cutting into for the neck. There's the neck I've started building. As you can see, it's not going to be bent backwards because it's having the that attached to it up to there, just to be attached there. I've cut the truss rod slot. It's lovely Brazilian mahogany. I've used the same Brazilian mahogany all the way through the guitar. That's Brazilian. Everything you see is all Brazilian, and it's all off the same plank. The plank is very old piece. That's going to be cut into, obviously, into a dovetail joint which will fit into there like yay, as you can see. That'll be down there. The fingerboard will be on top, so the neck will be stuck into that. This obviously is where the fingerboard goes over the top, if you're wondering why I've left a mess.
Well, you got a fingerboard?
Yes, I've got a fingerboard, don't know where I put it. Because as you've probably been, if you've been watching the videos, you'll know that I'm a complete messy twat. Anyway, that's it. See you soon. Tra. Well, we're still on this. Now, this is the first piece of sandpaper. It's a bit really worn out piece that I've used on this guitar. Not touched it with sandpaper yet. I just sort of tidy off my little glue marks and dirty finger marks off that because I know you'll all be picking fault. But anyway, I've done all these. I started showing you all these the other day. I was making them, and I better get my glasses on so I can see what I'm pointing out to you. So I've told you I made these all out of different little. This was the hard one to do. This tiny one there, because it's a very shallow angle to get one in. That one down there, I'm still working on that. It's just got to be. That's just got to be a little bit more shaped. Can you see it down there? And then if I just wet it, bit of spit.
Mum spit.
Yep, there you go. You can see all the different woods that I've put all together. So the theme carries on. That's a bit sharp at the moment, so you probably take somebody's eye out with that. I'll be softening that down. And if you're wondering why I've left that bit there and that bit there, that's because it doesn't matter, because I'm edge binding all this, so that'll all be cut off anyway. Okay. You can see better at the bottom. I think I showed it you on the last time. This is all the different woods that I've used. You've got your wenge, Paduke, wenge again, a nice little piece of maple on the edge. And that piece is ebony. And then we've got a maple strip, ebony, maple, wenge down there. It's just, well, it's just all the bollocks that makes it all look nice, and it makes that little bit tougher as well. And all these edges with the ebony edge, it gives it a lot more.
Give that one a lick.
Oh well, I'll do that. Yeah. You can see.
Hold it still.
You can see all the different woods. They're all the same woods. I've carried the whole theme through, and it all matches round, so you carry on all round the guitar. I say I'm going to start. I've got the necks here. There's the guitar part. I've installed the truss rod system. That's a two-way, goes up or down, so you can bend the neck forward and back. And it's got a nice piece of the same wenge off the same piece running through it. It's two pieces of Brazilian mahogany, because I've got a little supplier, which I've explained before.
Hold it back.
This wenge I've had in stock for 20-30 years now. The Brazilian mahogany is same. I say all the necks of everything's all been made from the same piece of Brazilian, and as you can see, these I've laminated this. I've sliced it all down and then hand planed all the joints, and I laminated it all with the same wood, so it would bend. That will fasten onto there. That will fasten to there. That will fasten up to there. Okay. Obviously, this neck will be down to there, so that's. Can you see? That's how it'll go. And on this side, we have the lyre. That goes on there, and I'll return from there with that. This is just having 8 strings down that bit. So it's nice and easy job, as you can see. I've used these little planes quite a lot on this job, and I've not used little planes very often in the past, but they've been really useful. So that's very nice. As I'm self-taught, you see, I have to teach myself how to use all the tools. So there you go. That's where the necks join on. That's the reinforcement. Same Brazilian mahogany, same plank. It's all off the same plank. Everything matches through. Okay. And you just caught me then sanding my dirty marks off there. First piece of sandpaper I've used. I did say that.